Not that button. There's button 2. Sorry, hit the wrong button there. Button 3 is already going, so I don't have to hit that button. Alright, good. Okay. Welcome to Space Engineers in the Morning. I am the Blind Gaming Guy. And this is our playthrough of Space Engineers 2 Story Mode. Which... Wait, why isn't... There it goes. Why is it not working? There it goes. Maybe it was going. I do. I thought it was working. There we go. Maybe. Alright. Ah, yes, we ended painting. I paint guns out. We turned the Kermit base green, so it was, Kermit the Frog. We had 2 major objectives to do. One, that active contract we think may be the very last contract available. 2, docking that thing is a pain. So we're going to rebuild it. But I think rebuilding it can wait until after the last mission. So, let's get that mission done and see if there are any others. If this is the last contract that is available, odds are we will not stop playing this. Because we have a unknown that we have not unlocked over here yet that we will be looking towards as soon as we can. And we can go back to Verdure and try to build some things on the planet. Which is things we did not do at the time because I'm stopping and looking at asteroids on the way, seeing what resources we find. If I remember right, we still need to find platinum. Bunch of iron. Yeah, I'm gonna go with nothing here but iron. I have to bore through this one to get all the way inside of it. Those aren't blotches, those are actually asteroids. Until they started moving relative to the background, I couldn't tell if they were the background or not. Can't be a whole lot of any one resource in this, can it? A little bit of ice popped up. Finish construction of control seat for the station. So, we've arrived at the station. And now we're stuck under our ship. Okay, now we're out from under our ship. Let's take a look around and see what we got. It's just a battery. We have iron, silicon. Some gold and copper down here. Have we? Yeah, we have lots of gold, never mind. Took a minute to remember if we'd done gold, but yeah, we've done gold. Won't stop me from coming in and getting that gold, but we've done gold before. Especially since it's not particularly hard to get to that goal. Yes, grabbed it. Thought so. Battery. We have an assembler and a smelter. Neither of which have anything in them. It's always good. At least we have access to all the stuff around, all the materials around here. And let's see this. Iron, silicon, and copper. Well, we'll keep walking around, see if we find the rest of the good stuff around here. Nothing in that crate. Makes that crate the minority. Battery and survival kit. Jetpack fuel in the restroom. I feel there's a joke in there. going to intentionally not say the joke that comes to my mind. Oh, who am I kidding? It probably will come out. You left it in there to refill it. Wow, the high-end grinder's bad. Bad as in awesome, not bad as in it doesn't work. No, it chewed that up real fast. Okay, solar panels and batteries want to be done. Okay, well, that answers the question of what the next goals are. Heavy duty plate motherboards have to be made. We need 2 motherboard, at least 6 plate. Yeah, 2 and 12. Is there anything on these that can't just be block or yeah, nothing. Okay. Let's go and make the 2. Which are to be made in here. Alright, what do you need to make some copper and gold, a couple motherboards? That's just iron. Okay. So copper, gold, and iron. That won't take long at all. And this is the bad drill, the high-end drill, so. Well, I won't be bringing my ship in to get this gold. Holy cow. One, there wasn't that much of it, and 2, with the big drill, with the level 4 drill, it just blows chunks out of stuff. Okay, because that's all the gold. Well, there's a little bit more on the ground there I missed. There we go. Gold extract some copper. So level 4 drill puts out huge chunks at a time. Surely by now I have enough of the two to make the motherboards. And my inventory's full, so we'll drop these off first. I'm gonna ditch the rest of this in my ship. I can remember how to do it, or where to do it, not how to do it. There we go. Now let's go get some iron. Okay. That should be enough for this. At least I would assume that's sure to be enough for this. Okay, we're storing the coal into the ship because I don't need any more. Let's get a couple of big chunks of silicon. Of silicon. But now the rest of those should be made. Yep.
Inventory full.
So it's done. We'll have to go get some more silicon before we can finish out the other one, but get close again. If we can do the battery, then we'll have an empty inventory. Yeah. Let's go smash into that and kill myself. Inventory. 4 empty inventories, check. We need a little bit of all three. Copper, silicon, and iron. Not a whole lot of copper. Not a huge amount of iron. A little bit of both. Alright, a little bit of copper. I'll do that trick. A little bit of iron. I'll do that trick. And a bunch of stuff. Let's go see how close we got to getting it all done now.
Suit hydrogen low.
Now the comm tower has to be fixed. Use that. Use that. There you go. Unknown antennas. Remove those. Someone may be eavesdropping. Wait, I already took out one. Do I need to take out two? No, that antenna's supposed to be there. Oh, there's another one right here. There we go. Okay. So that's done. Anything other than grav components in here? Not really. Alright. Off we go. Not the most high value looting we've done, since I'm not really looting it at all, because I didn't see a whole lot here to loot. Not expensive. There. There we go. And off we go. Nothing like just getting this head of steam up and just letting it go. Can we stop and look at this guy? This one that was just full of iron and had the big hole in the back. Yes. Yes, yes it is. That's my Kermit base right there that you're seeing. Safe zones are hilarious. Take a ship, fly way too fast into it, and just bounce. Like this. Boink. Bounced so hard the ship shivered. That was hilarious. Okay. And now we're turning this one. Civilization progress achieved. So that is the end of the contracts. Oh, and now you can go to Oblivera Station. Sorry, I was finishing my breakfast. So before we go there, we are going to go and rebuild our miner, because a miner that we can't reliably dock is not acceptable. And we will build a large ship we can reasonably move around. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, please don't hit anything. Oh, thank God. That was... Oh. If that had hit anything, it would have been the end of my ship, and the end of the station, been the end of whatever it hit. So, let's just be really happy it didn't hit anything. And like I said, this ship is going to go away now. As is the weirdness of that particular docking station, because I don't like it. Okay. Now then, G. C-O-N-N. I need that, apparently. I didn't remember using one of those, but hey. Not really surprised. Let it be low. No, that's exactly where that one is. Okay. There we go. There we go. Definitely remember doing that, so I don't fall in the hole.
Inventory full.
Okay. I'm actually leaving it open on the ends like that, or in the middle like that, and reach the ports on the side. Don't know if there will be a time when I need to reach the ports on the side, but if I do, they're there. Okay. Dunk, dunk. Computer running stuff in the background. See if that helps. I think I saw some. I closed a couple things that thought were running, that shouldn't be running. Why did I do heavy duty armor? I wanted light armor. Half block. Alright. There. Now it's welded. Now we can build us a new ion miner. And then we can tear apart the sledge and build a new large ship for transporting everything between sectors. A jump ship, if you will. I know. It was original, but pretty much accurate. Okay. Okay, where's the right button here? What's the button? J is new grid. Construction components and electronic. Not enough construction components, but you're on the right track. There it goes. Connected. As with last time, we built it around cargo, which makes sense, considering it's a miner. So let's start there again. Oh, they gave us the huge ones. We needed those. Not for this, but for in general. Alright. You know what? We're gonna go build for style, not just for pure whatever the word is there. Pure function. That's what I'm trying to think of. So, G. Conveyors. That's the node junction. That's the one I want. That wasn't what I want. You get a giant box to base off of, but it's a giant box. I might end up with something that is stylish, like so. I mean, this little thing on the front is not so stylish, but I had to put it on there to get the landing gear to fit the rest of the shape, so, you know, whatever. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be alright. guess I do sort of have an idea of what I'm planning here. Of course, you know, everything's upside down so far. So we have to take it all apart and redo it, but you know, I got an idea. Okay. Given that only has 4. What does this have? 1 cargo, 2 cargo, 3 cargo, 4 cargo. It doesn't hold as much as I'd like, and this filled up with that, so we'll make it a little bit bigger. And it will end up being the shape of a little bit more dramatically, so that's fine. No, I'm not going for a cross. I have something slightly different in mind. A lot different, actually, but you'll see. Oh, shouldn't put that on. Problem with going up a size is it doesn't go up a little, it goes up a lot. You put antennas on your ship so you don't lose the ship while you're flying it. Alright. It for the inner workings of said ship. It's the thing about ion ships, they don't require as much in-depth planning of design of you know, conveying as a hydrogen ship. Basically, you pick a shape and then build to your shape, putting thrusters where you want to outline said shape. What I do need is these, which I assume now come in 3 sizes. Yeah. Yikes. Well, they only come in the 2. Oh, 3. Oh, there's 2. Never mind. Alright. If I put that there, it does not come forward as far as I would like. Okay. So, with that in mind, oh, come on. And you're not able to see out of the cockpit if you do that. Can't really see out of a cockpit of one of these anyway because of this drills. If we go like that, we get emphasize the shaping better anyway. So let's try it like this. Yes, I'm going for a heart. It is, after all, right before Valentine's Day. Why won't that place? There's no reason that shouldn't place. If I came forward, it would place. Is it that it won't place right next to... No, they won't place next to each other. It's got something to do with this ship, actually. It's causing the trouble. Which would make sense, I guess. Whoa. Let's try it now. Perfect direction. Seriously, what is the deal? Alright. Now, connected. Connected. We know they work. They worked over here. Wait a second, I see something. I don't want to go that way anyway. Alright, fine. If you have a big chunk of iron, do just enough welding to make everything solid. Okay. Now everything has a tiny bit of metal in it. Do I have these spread apart? I have them spread apart one full block. So they have to be apart further than they are. Alright, fine, fine, fine. One. I want the thing on the top though. Okay. Now G. Give me this slice. Oh, it's already on here. That. That. And then like that. There. Got the exact same thing I wanted. There. Now we have a very different shaped drill ship. One that actually has shape. So let's start by taking parts off of this guy. That's what's empty here. Grab this nasty grinder of ours and makes things disappear. They disappear from that ship. They reappear at the ship. Alright, drill 1 and drill 2. We'll get the 2 drills. Oh, I'm so glad I upgraded all my gear between builds. Let's go ahead and do these before we do any more. Let's get the cockpit and its buddies. And we won't have to rename it as the borer because it's not going to be boring. At least not in the sense that's boring to look at. It will be boring holes. Okay. It's hilarious seeing the pieces of the ship that I haven't taken on. Just right. They're not attached anymore. They're just floating there because I took off what they were attached to. Have to be real careful not to bump things doing it this way, though. There's a lot of material there that I could bump and send flying into space and never get back. Some steel tubes for that. And that. We've run out of motors. And now we've run out of steel plate. Okay, so there's some motors. When it doesn't do what you tell it to. Excuse me. I tried to get to the mute button. I apologize.
Inventory full.
Alright. Just let me get everything that I've got designed built. Nope, I'm missing a construction component. See the line there. There we go. And there we go. And finally, yep. There it is. Okay. So, it's not looking much like a heart yet. But we haven't started filling it in yet either, so, you know. Let's start. G. Need ion. These are too big to fit in that gap, which means they're too big to fit in that gap. That'd make life too easy, wouldn't it? Means they're taller. Then there too. Means they're that high. Man. Yeah, I am not hooking an ion that size to this. Oh my gosh, it got bigger. Man, now there are 4 ion thrusters. Small, medium, large, and gargantuan. Okay. So on this one, we have what, 10 across the front? Yeah. Oh, there. Way further back than I meant for it to be. Trying to decide where they go. Yeah, I think that'll accomplish what I wanted to. Alright, come on. Alright, there. Wasn't it? Was it the middle one there? The middle one's up there. Okay. There's not as much room over to here because of how it docked. So I'm having to work harder to get into the space. This one lines up on the thing too, okay. I'm pretty sure that's straight across. It's 5 times 3 is 15. Where this one had 10. So I've already given it more thrusters. Without going above at all. Okay. So Now we have tons more of those thrusters. We have 2 of these total. And keep in mind, this is also going to be a lighter vehicle than the other one was. So I am dramatically increasing its mobility and thrust while lightening it simultaneously. There, I was trying to go, not there. Yes. It's being a pain. Let me put it where I want it. I can't get that one where I want it to get thrust connected correctly. Okay. There we go. Again, dramatically increasing thrust. While decreasing weight. We need next is batteries. G. Actually would not be opposed to that. So I had 4 of those, yeah, and I was constantly pegging it out. And I want more. So I'm talking 8 of this size. There's 6 of them at least. The only thing I don't see, I don't have that I have on that one is, although there is a pretty decent sized advantage here. With those, I can now place these. I would still like the larger batteries, it's just not going to happen. And we still have to do up and down thrust.
Inventory full.
Which way do I need to roll it? There. So see it fit right there, won't it? Yeah, it fits right there. I take out 2 sets of batteries to do it, but it fits there. Why I'm doing that each time, I don't know. Get it in there. That's to get me up to 4. That's not a good sign. Things aren't acting connected then. Why? If that's all connected, once you place I will never understand this game sometimes.
Suit energy low.
I don't understand. I don't understand. That is the one major problem I have with this versus with this game's build system versus the build system from Space Engineers 1. If something's connected in Space Engineers 1, it's connected. In this one, it is really hard sometimes to tell if it's just let you put 2 things close together or if they're actually welding together. And heaven help you find a way to put it someplace that didn't originally think you should put it, because then it screws everything up. Alright. And yes, I did that way on purpose. I don't think I'll need those, but if I do want them, I still have access. There we go. Now. Now we have doubled the thrust going up and down. Irony is I kept that one on that side without messing it up. Oh yes, I'm looking from the wrong end, that's why. Yes, I know, all I'm doing is hardening their positions. Okay. Now, what it is there's places for batteries right here in the top. And given those heights, we could also put some right here along the top here. But I would like to be able to put... I have to be careful because I'd like to be able to put at least one, if not two, solar panels on top of here. What am I typing in? I have forgotten what I was typing. Batteries. Like I said, we are going to put some batteries here. That brings me up to 5. But considering there were 4 here, and the amount of increase we've done, 5 does not seem like much of a change. Though I just thought of something. I could put 4 on, or 3 on the top. Oh. Remember my comment if I can remove those later? Hooray, I just accidentally removed. That is the one problem with having a really powerful grinder. If you accidentally grind something, it's too late. Because it gone. There. And that gives 8 total batteries. Last time I checked, 8 is more than 5. Significantly so, actually. There we go. That's 8 batteries. No idea how I'm getting into weld bows without flying this ship up. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. we're talking. Alright, so what else is missing? Gyroscopes, landing gear, and lighting. Gyroscopes, landing gear, and lighting. There is nothing in that space. Why is it not wanting to put anything there? That fixed it. I actually just put a lot more into that than I meant to, but hey, yeah, whatever. Alright. Does not matter. That's not worth any of that staying. All that matters is that I can put that in and make it solid. In fact, I do two completely different sets of shouldn't irritate me at all. Okay. Well, that looks like a heart to me. Yeah, I'd say that's a heart. Okay. So now then, let's start breaking this thing down. We will start with ion thrusters. That's 4 of them. And I just realized something. That is not lined up correctly. You the block. Like that. To make that even. Alright. Let's unload my inventory. And let's do some serious ripping apart of shippage. Charge up our suit. Come on, weld it. Thank you. What else did I grind? I ground 2 batteries, not just 1. There we go. Yeah, I'm cutting apart and welding back on Wonder Woman right now. Primarily because I will be certain that this thing will have thrust in every direction and enough power to move itself around. As things stand right now, we're doing just fine. Again, we still don't have any of the arrows. I'm landing here. Working there. Okay. Now get 10. Ooh. So excited. Do 5 more, or wait, I did 4. I have enough to do 6 more. It was 5 to do 1 more. count better. At least the math better. Ugh, alright. So now we have the thrusters on. Next step would be to set up the gyros, which I do not have on here. Okay. Obviously, we aren't going to be using a gyro that size. And definitely not one. Good night, Big. Sorry. What direction are these pointing? Sideways. I don't want to look that way. I don't want to do that way. 1, 2, 3. How big are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 by 5. 3, 4. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'd hang out 1 off the end. That's fine. Connected on using multiple other things. I think. No idea how many gyros were on this one. As of things now, we're planning 15 on the other one. 6 plus 3 is 9. There's 18 on this one. So 15 is probably good, actually. But, you know. I have a tendency to do overkill when I build, so let's make sure. Gyroscope. Does not want to put it where I want to put it. Look at that. It acts like there's something there. Oh. It really acted like something was there. Actually right-clicked it away. Let me put something for whatever reason. Which is, I guess, okay, considering. Five's all I cut. All I welded. Where's the other one go to? Oh, I didn't cut any out. I cut out 6. I guess if I knock anything off of this group, it's not the end of the world. It was trying to get away. I hope I hit the whole group. Hit the whole thing. Out. I hate it when it does that. Alright. Energy. Before it decides I have to take energy. Now. Weld. Lots of welding. Now then, I measure this out. It easily hold 2 of these. Actually, like that. The reason that's important is because that way this ship gets stranded in space, it can still recharge. And with that, it is theoretically fully functioning. Oh, come on. I hate that. hate it when it does that. Oh, this one might be worse. We can all see I'm looking straight at it. Alright, fine. Just go away. I'm tired of chasing it. It's gonna be a pain. Just go away. Here. Wipe out the last few of these lights, which I still do not have lights on this yet. So we should probably go and put lights on. And then we will finish trying to weld out the new stuff. And then we will try to dock it. So we probably should try to dock it before we go any further on this process. Alright, another section ground up. There are those steel tubes. They're just in my way. Haha! Okay, lights. Actually, a couple of really good places to put it in this build. Whoa. Really? Fine, put it right there. I wanted it on that gyro. It would look cool on sitting on that gyro. Flip you around forward like you're supposed to be. I guess we'll stick it there. Light going forward. Now we just need interior lights to give me light all the way around. Why did I do that? It's on my... I swear sometimes I'm not the brightest crayon. I wonder about sometimes. go. There we go. And there. Now, we have every component of the other ship built. That's a pretty legitimate accomplishment. And a much more interesting design. There's that. In place, this is a bigger because it's so much wider, so much narrower vertically. It's so much shorter, I guess. But it is wider. Alright, so we unpark. We hit P again. Goes down and immediately parks. And let's try moving it to a different parking port and recreating the feet. Yes, okay. All right. It can dock. Makes it better than the other one. That's held. You know, we don't have to, all we have to do is float the ship up because we just blew it around in circles. Why are we making this harder than it has? Figuring you just flew it over here like this and go, oh wow, that was hard. Sometimes I make things harder than they need to be. Alright, steel plate, construction components, and electronic equipment. Build planner cannot come soon enough.
Inventory full.
For the record, build planner cannot get here too soon. I don't know how many ion chambers I still need. Should count that up and go get them building. Looks like I need 4 times 3 is 12 times 2 is 24. So I need 24 ion chambers. And what over here makes ion chambers? Production. Combustion, pressure pipe, radio comm, chem synth, hard drive, reactor core, ion chambers. 24. Okay. Well, those will get done pretty quickly. These guys need steel tubes, not steel plate. Actually, I think we got all the steel we need in until we get to you. Let's go ahead and do that since it's got the only thing that's going to take glass. Is 50 glass enough? Yes. Yes, it is. 3 electronic components. So we'll just fill up on electronic components. Oh, look, right there.
Inventory full.
That will finish you up. Okay, what do we need to finish out the batteries? Looks like construction components. So ditch the glass. Grab a bunch of construction components. Construction components, we finish out batteries. Did all the lights. Those all take steel tubes. So we just need those ion. Okay, now we can start working on the little ion thrusters on the front. And this lighter, much more nimble miner will be done. The only thing is it won't have the cargo space of the other one. Still has significantly more cargo than the Explorer ship, but unlike the Explorer, not go to the Earth. Or go to the ground. Planets, it can't go to planets. Verdure, can't go to Verdure, which is the only planet that we've seen that we can go down to yet. Which we know there are more coming, they're just not here yet. So many empty spaces on this ship filled in. Need to be filled in so it looks like a full ship instead of just a bunch of components slammed together. Alright. Ditch this. Ditch all this. Start with steel tubes. Alright. There's how we'll start. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and 32 wire. 32 wired, 16 16 thread. Which wire did I get? Oh, way more than I need. Alright, that's more than I need. So now I need thread, which will clearly give me more than I need. Oh, yeah. It's just a matter of getting steel plate and closing it off. Yeah, there were two more in the bottom to go yet. Alright, things going across the top. Finish on the other bottom. There. This ship, she is functional. Let's take her around the other side after out, folks. Nation. All right. The big problem with mine here was all the spikes. When you have a bunch of spikes like this, invariably you end up with doom boxes. So, trying to avoid those. And the ones I do create, I'm trying to obliterate as soon as I create them. But we'll take a big old chunk out of this ice. So we've already we get 20K. Good grief, you talk. Speaking of can't talking. Thursday. I was supposed to stream Thursday. I will still try to stream Thursday. Tomorrow I am having dental work done. No idea what condition I will be in come Thursday. It may not be possible for me to stream. If it isn't, I apologize in advance. But do what I gotta do to take care of my mouth. It sounds way worse than it was meant. Yeah, this is a really good job. Nice sections. Playing asteroids. Whenever we set it up, it goes real nicely. Yeah, we can live with this. This will work beautifully. Alright. So, let's build a jump ship. Let's get rid of the sledge and then build a jump ship. And look, fully loaded. It connected. Oh yeah. Much better setup. Hey, I've been hanging out in streams for a bit. You seem chill and would love to connect with it. Add me up on Discord. I will try. Won't promise. I use Discord very little for Emmy, but I will look. Guess I probably should just create a Discord and let people try to join to that, but honestly, I rarely use Discord. It's the whole blind thing. Text chat service just really doesn't make me comfortable very easily. But I very much appreciate you hanging with me in streams. Eventually, I gotta figure out how to get the streams to read off that they're commenting, your comments, so I don't have to try to keep up with them. But that also might get out of hand if we get a lot of people in here, so I don't know. Line troubles are different troubles. But there's still parts of the original ship in here. I did tell this thing to empty, didn't I? Hydrogen tank discharge, current charge level 0. Okay. In case you're wondering, this little sledge you start the scenario with. That I have just been, I until we got to this sector, literally I was bolting things to just to take everything with me. But as we've reached a point where I'm no longer bolting things, I have a asteroid base. It seems best to start to get rid of the original sledge and build something that will transport our 2 ships from sector to sector better. It doesn't have to be a massive cargo beast like this thing is, or it needs to have cargo, but it needs to look, you know, halfway decent. It needs to have a landing docking port for 2 ships coming in horizontal or vertically. It can't look like this anymore. I can't do it anymore. The sledge has been ugly long enough. And it maybe it's time to go big comparative. I think is what we're going to end up doing here. Is several of these, oh my gosh, large components are going to go into building a, oh my gosh, large ship comparative. Basically, something not quite as sprawling as the... we're over time today, too. Ah, right. I guess we will finish ripping apart the sledge next week. Or on Thursday. If I'm here Thursday. Tuesday if I'm not. If I'm not, again, I apologize. It is going to be... It's for medical reasons. I apologize. But that's what we will be doing next time, is getting rid of the sledge. Let's get a nice picture of our new heart. Maybe next time we'll paint it even. Turn off HUD. There we go. There we go. Third button. There we go. And like I said, I will be back Thursday. If not, I will be back Tuesday from 10 to noon for more Space Engineers 2 Chaos. As always, I'm the Blind Gaming Guy. I hope to see you on Thursday. If not, again, Tuesday. And if you want to jump over and join me on YouTube, I'll be on there here in about 30 minutes. And be on there until 3:30. Until next time, I hope you have a good week.